Hi everyone. I hope you're ready for chapter 7 and 8 of our Magic Tree House Thanksgiving on Thursday. So remember when we left off, Priscilla told Jack and Annie that she had something special that was about to take place. And then chapter 7 was called Arm Exercises, so it seemed a little confusing. So let's see what is about to happen. Priscilla led Jack and Annie away from the village toward a large field. The pilgrims and the Wampanoag men had already gathered there. Jack could hear the beat of a drum, but he couldn't see what was going on. Make haste or we'll miss it, said Priscilla. We'll miss what? Asked Annie. Captain Standish is about to lead the men and boys. They will exercise their arms. Why do they exercise their arms? Jack wondered. Are they going to expect me to join in? As he hurried after Priscilla toward the crowd, Jack practiced. He stretched his arms out wide, and he made circles in the air. Then he flapped his arms up and down. Priscilla caught sight of him. What are thou doing, Jack? She asked. I'm exercising my arms, he said. Here's a picture of Jack practicing exercising his arms. Priscilla smiled. Then she started to laugh. And then she laughed and laughed. So did Jack, but he wasn't sure why. Then a loud bang came from the field. Jack jumped. He stopped laughing. A puff of smoke rose into the air. As the crowd parted, Jack saw the pilgrim men and the boys proudly holding up their long guns. What just happened? Asked Annie. The men fired their muskets, said Priscilla. On special occasions, they like to show off their arms. Oh, thought Jack, now I get it. The long guns are called muskets, which are also called arms. So exercising arms means firing muskets. Jack blushed. Priscilla must think I'm not very smart, he thought. But she just smiled at him fondly. I thank thee for making me laugh, Jack, she said. I have not laughed hard in a long time. Jack shrugged, as if he meant to make her laugh. It's time now to serve our feast, said Priscilla. I must help with the bread. What can we do? Return to my home, said Priscilla. Take the turkey off the spit, put it on a platter, and bring it to the table. Oh, great, we get to help with the turkey, said Annie. I always help with the turkey at home. Good, said Priscilla. May thou feel that my home is thy home today. Jack was excited too. He and Annie were about to serve the very first turkey at the very first Thanksgiving. They ran back to the smoky house and rushed inside. Where's the platter? Said Jack, looking around. He saw a flat wooden block. Oh, that must be it. Annie picked up the wooden platter. How are we going to get the turkey on it? She asked. They moved close to the fire, and they stared at the turkey roasting on the iron rod. That rod must be the spit, said Jack. The spit sat on iron legs, and it had a handle. Jack pushed his glasses into place. I will lift the spit, and then we'll push the turkey on the platter. Ooh, be careful, said Annie. Jack reached out and wrapped his fingers around the handle of the iron spit. Ow! He shouted. Ooh, the handle was super hot. Ooh, he yanked his hand away and he knocked the spit off of his legs. Oh no, guys. The turkey fell into the fire and the grease from the turkey sputtered and popped. And the turkey burst into flame. And the fire roared. Ah! Yelled Jack and Annie together. And they both jumped back. Look at this. Oh my gosh, poor Jack. He dropped the turkey. The turkey fell in the fire. And now a huge fire is starting. Oh boy, this isn't good. Jack grabbed the water pot on the floor. He threw the water into the fire, and the fire sizzled and smoke billowed up. When the smoke cleared, the fire was out, so they got the fire out. But guess what happened to the turkey? It was completely black. Everyone say, oh no. Oh, and that brings us to chapter 8 called The Feast. Poor Jack, he's got to be feeling so bad. I would feel bad if I turned the turkey for Thanksgiving black. So let's see what happens with the feast. Jack buried his face in his hands. I don't believe it. Oh my goodness, I just burnt up the pilgrim's turkey. Stay calm, said Annie. I'll go get Priscilla. No, don't tell Priscilla, Jack moaned. But we have to tell Priscilla. said Annie. So she hurried out of the house. Jack lifted his head and just stared at the burned turkey. Oh man, he whispered unhappily. The Pilgrims worked so hard to get this food. They had such a terrible winter, especially Priscilla, and now he had ruined their first Thanksgiving. The door opened, and Annie pulled Priscilla over to the fireplace. See, said Annie, the turkey fell in the fire and it burned up. I did it, Jack confessed. It was me. Priscilla just stared at the burned turkey in the wet, messy fireplace. Then she looked at Jack, and he looked away from her. Ah, Jack, Priscilla said softly. Thou look sad. He nodded. I ruined everything, he mumbled. No, thou did not, said Priscilla. She reached out her hand. Come. Priscilla led Jack and Annie out into the bright autumn light. Look, she said. Jack saw pilgrim women and kids walking to the tables. They were all carrying wooden platters filled with food. In other houses, there was also cooking happening. Cooking happening, she said. Jack saw roasted ducks, other cooked turkeys, deer meat. He saw baked fish, lobsters, eels, clams, oysters. He saw pumpkin, beans, corn, dried plums, berries, nuts, steamy pots of soups and pudding, and loaves of baked breads. We had a very, very good harvest this fall, said Priscilla. We stored many vegetables, we salted our fish, and we cured our meat, and today our Wampanoag neighbors brought back 5 deer from the forest for a feast. Oh, Jack was so relieved to see all that food there. Priscilla knelt down and looked at him in the eye. See, thou did not ruin anything, Jack, she said. Thou and Annie have helped me a lot this day. You have both made me laugh, and you have both acted with kind hearts. Jack was amazed, because he thought he hadn't been any help at all. Come, said Priscilla, let us join the others. Art thou hungry? Jack nodded. Seeing the platters of all the food made him really hungry. He and Annie followed Priscilla. In the golden glow of the autumn light, Jack and Annie joined the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag at the long tables. Priscilla gave Jack and Annie wooden plates, and she gave them a big white cloth napkin, and then she served them plenty of food. Look at the picture there of the nice big feast happening. That looks like fun. Before they started to eat, Governor Bradford stood to speak. Those of us who came here on the Mayflower did not know how to live in this land, he said, but Squanto came here to help us, and today we give thanks for him, and for the peace that we share with his people, and for our great blessings. Governor Bradford looked at Jack and Annie. Welcome to our feast, he said. At this moment, 3 worlds, your world, our world, and the world of the Wampanoag, are not 3, they are 1. 'Tis the magic of community. Indeed, said Annie. She clapped her hands and looked at Jack. We did it! We did what? Thought Jack. Governor Bradford then put his napkin over his shoulder. Now, he said, let us feast until our bellies are filled. As everyone started to eat, Annie leaned close to Jack. We found the special magic, she whispered. The magic of community. Remember the rhyme? And she repeated Morgan's words. To find a special magic, work and toil are done. Gather all together, 3 worlds turn 3 worlds into 1. Oh man, said Jack, he'd already forgotten. We can go home now, said Annie. No way, said Jack, we have to eat first. Jack and Annie used their fingers to pick up their food, and they ate and ate and ate. Jack tried everything on his plate. Well, except he didn't try the eel or the 2 clams. But everything he did eat, he liked, even the turnips that he tried. Food really tastes good, he thought as he chewed. Especially when you eat it outside on a beautiful day with lots of people. And that will take us to chapter 9 called Good Day. Oh, so this was a good 2 chapters today. We solved the arm exercise mystery. And even though Jack burned the turkey, they still had their feast. And they found the special magic, the magic of community. So on Monday, we will finish this book and we'll read chapters 9 and 10 and see how the story ends. So I hope you guys have a great weekend and I'll see you Monday. Well, actually, don't forget to tune in at 11 a.m. for our class meeting and bring a show and tell. All right, love you guys. Bye.